Hello again, Reading Internet. It is Chelsea from the Reading Outlaw here to bring you guys another What I'm Reading Wednesday. Penny and I are just here hanging out. Will's napping back there. If you hear those nature noises, that's his little bouncy chair that he's sitting in. We're just doing it super casual today. It's kind of a gray, rainy day, so I'm just doing a quick little vlog to talk about what I finished earlier in the week and what I'm reading now. Alright, so the first thing we're going to bring up is Chew Volume 2, International Flavor. I finished this earlier in the week, and it was just as fabulous as the first volume. The action is definitely picking up. The plot is getting more intense. Our kind of, big picture mystery is starting to unfold. And of course, the further we get into the Chew universe, the more we find out about the different kind of like cybopathic and eating related powers there are, because there's more than one. Tony Chew isn't the only one with a power. So I have the third volume from my library. Unfortunately, that's the last volume that my library carries, so I don't really know what I'm going to do after that. I may just go ahead and bite the bullet and start buying them, but we will see. Also, this week, actually, in fact, just earlier today, I finally finished up Volume 4 of The Dark Tower, Wizard and Glass by Stephen King. It, like I said earlier, if you listened to me when I talked about my TBR pile and what I wanted to get through in April, this book is super long. I've been reading it for forever. Not a lot happens. I think there's a good 250 to 300 pages kind of right in the middle that could most definitely be cut out. The story when it was going on, like in the high action moments, was really good. I love the characters. I love what we learn about the backstory of Roland, who's our main character throughout the entire like Dark Tower saga. I loved what we learned about him and his backstory, but yeah, it was just too slow in the middle. So far, it's definitely been my least favorite book in the series. I have all the books, so I'll be moving on to book 5. Maybe not until May, though, because I have quite a bit I want to read in April. And those two bring us to... Sorry, I'm like shaking this really bad. I'm trying to hold the camera, and my arm is definitely getting tired. But anyway, I only have a couple books that I'm hoping to finish the rest of this week, so we'll get through them pretty quickly. The first one is the third volume of Chew. Like I said, this is the last volume that my library has, Just Desserts. I'm really excited because based on the cover alone, it looks like we're going to get more about the relationship between Tony Chew and his special lady friend who's got her own set of powers. I won't really say anything more about it, but I'm really excited to get into this. As I've said before, I really like all of Chew. I heard about Chew over on Lindsay Ray's channel. I'm really excited to continue with the series. I just have to kind of figure out how exactly I'm going to do that. The other book I'm reading is my nonfiction book of the moment, and it is Reality Hunger, A Manifesto by David Shields. I know the first time I pointed out this book, I pointed out that it's written kind of interestingly. There are like just little individual numbered kind of thoughts and paragraphs within each chapter, and at first I thought that would kind of help me like get through it really quickly, but I don't know what I was thinking. This is actually a pretty dense kind of philosophy book, arts manifesto on reality and how we view reality. So far we've talked about things like the James Frey scandal with A Million Little Pieces, and the kind of evolution of fiction and the difference between fiction and essay and lyrical essay and what each of those has to do with reality and fact and stuff. And so it's definitely been an interesting trip. I don't know if you can see that, I'm about a little bit less than a third of the way through the book, and it's interesting. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely worth continuing and finishing. So I'm hoping to get through that by the end of the week. And lastly, I just started this today as soon as I finished The Dark Tower, but it's Shards of Honor by Lois McMaster Bujold, the first in the Vorkosigan saga. I said when I originally got this book that it was like the first in a series, but had been written later, and something. I was totally wrong. This is Lois McMaster Bujold's first book. It's the first in the series. I'm really excited to get into it. I'm about 9 pages into it. Like I said, I just started it earlier today, and so far it's just a really good kind of sci-fi. I'm anticipating a love story. I've kind of spoiled myself on the fact that I've heard that it's at least a love story, but I'm excited to get into it, and I just think it's really good. I'm excited to get a start on this classic series. That's all that I'm reading on this fine Wednesday. Penny says hello, and I hope that whatever you guys are reading, you're enjoying it. As always, like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in another couple of days with another video. Bye.